and then finally justice. And at the essence of justice is a desire for fairness. The essence of justice is insaf. It's fairness. And it's very difficult. Very few people are fair in this world. And even people who are oppressors or oppressed, they will always look at the other with a total lack of fairness. Always. So an oppressor will always look at the one he's aggressing on with a total lack of fairness. And the one being aggressed upon will always look at the oppressor with a total lack of fairness. And that's why true justice is very difficult to come about in the world because of human nature. It's so difficult for human beings to be fair, to be truly fair. But at the essence and the beauty of justice comes mercy. In the traditional understanding, mercy actually came out of justice. And the reason for that is because mercy is an emotion that emerges when one sees somebody who is suffering or who is in a situation that he is not. And from it arises this sense that this person does not deserve that. In other words, the fact that I am not in that condition, I don't want that condition for that person. And that is justice. And that's why mercy emerges out of justice. It's an extraordinary concept because we usually tend to see mercy and justice as mutually exclusive. You're either just or you're merciful. But true mercy is actually emerging out of a real sense of justice. That you don't deserve that. And that's why when God shows mercy to His creatures, that is coming from His justice. And that's why the Quran says, my mercy outstrips my justice. In other words, justice, if the two race, mercy always wins. And from this idea of mercy emerging, then the idea of forbearance. And forbearance is the ability to, despite somebody aggressing upon you, to actually have this forbearance, this ability not to desire retribution. And from that virtue emerges the virtue of forgiveness or pardoning. And that is why that is one of the highest virtues. And the amazing thing about forgiving, there's a really interesting study that was done in Stanford, I think. They worked with these people that were in Ireland. They were Irish Catholics who had lost sons at the hands of the Protestants, or vice versa. And in working with them, most of these women were depressed, and most of them were incredibly angry and having a lot of vengeful feelings. And what they did was they worked with them to overcome that and to get to a place where they could forgive. And what happened is they got better. They actually got better. They were able to get out of these depressive states. It's a type of acceptance. And that's the beauty of forgiveness, is that there's that acceptance, that there's nothing that can be done about it. Do I want to continue the cycle, or do I want to be the one that breaks the cycle? That is mujahada. That's what mujahada is about. And that's why the Prophet ﷺ said that the real mujahid, al-mujahidu man naha nafsuhu an hawaha. The real mujahid is the one that prevents his soul from things that are harmful. That's the real warrior. And that's ancient Chinese. The Chinese said the true warrior is the one that conquers himself. This is an ancient tradition.